Got a little something for ya. Squirrel was kind enough to get us to the 200. Squirrel was kind enough to get us to, or did the $50 mark, the individual mark for a tier list with the dono. So we appreciate, again, all the donations and everything that everybody's done so far. And again, those incentives are in the Discord if you want to check out what they are. But we did do we did hit the tier list of their choice, and Squirrel chose an anime one. These are all the ones that I've seen so far that I can remember off the top of my head. So we're gonna do a tier list of these. Obviously I like a lot of these, so who knows how this will end up. But we'll start from the beginning, I suppose. Okay. All right. So yeah, I literally went through my Crunchyroll list. And did you see the solo leveling multiplayer game announcement? I think I saw it from you or somebody. Somebody was talking about it recently within the last 4 hours or something. I saw somebody talk about it. I think it might have been you, actually. I don't know. I don't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, I saw somebody talk about it. I didn't see the actual announcement myself, but I did. I gleaned it from somebody. Is Kill la Kill in there? I think it is. I'm pretty sure I did put it in there. It's hard to tell with some of these images. Some of these images are really, really grainy to look at. TBH. So, kind of not solo leveling with multiplayer. Interesting. I'll have to look at the trailer later. But yeah, we're taking a break, chat, from the Persona, just a little bit, which is totally fine. We have been streaming for 4.5 hours almost. Hold on. Wrong pipe. That one got me good. The straw I was using collapsed. Bloody hell. Don't die on stream. I'm trying not to. Not the way to make the front page. True. Alright, I'm removing the, oh my god, that actually made me tear up. Holy shit. That was actually bad. Whew. Alright, we're better. We're good. Alright. Let's start with the first one, though. And again, these are animes I have seen. A bunch of people included some animes that I have not seen. I did not include those because I don't want to judge those without having at least seen a few episodes. So some of the ones that were suggested I just did not include because I haven't seen them. And what anime do you think gives the most ahem fan service? Food Wars. I haven't seen it though. I already know about it though. My god. All right. So we got S through D. Obviously, we could add. I don't think out of all of these that I've watched, I would label one like an F tier. So I don't know that we need to add one of those. But if not, we can put it at the bottom, I suppose. But let's start with To Your Eternity. I watched To Your Eternity when I was also watching Shinsekai Yori. And if you watch those back to back, that was some real sad boy hours. I'll tell you that much. It's good. I think To Your Eternity is pretty good. God damn, that's gonna fuck my throat for a hot minute here. That really fucked me up. Not gonna lie. That one roundhouse kicked me in the old throat area. What? No, I didn't say anything. But To Your Eternity is really good. I liked it a lot. I don't know if it was a personal fave, but there's a lot of stuff that's pretty existential about life over time that I really like. I don't know that it's A tier, but there's a lot of stuff I love that's in there that's not in a lot of other animes and stuff like that. So I think my first one. Oop, did not mean to do that. I think my first one, I would go To Eternity B tier. Really solid, really well done anime, I think. About like just the totality of like watching life itself over time when you're like you're basically a being that kind of like really doesn't die. So, next up, Shield Hero, the Rising of the Shield Hero. I really like the first 2 seasons. The third season kind of just takes a dip, but that's also because the like voice actor literally died, which is not obviously the show's fault. But there's also some stuff in the anime that is really weird. Like they're very casual about like slave stuff that you're like, I don't know, that didn't need to be in there. Like I like some of the stuff that's in it. I don't know. It degraded over time in quality, and the more I think about it, the more it kind of like dips in my opinion. So I think I think Shield Hero is gonna be our first D tier, D tier one. There's just some stuff that's in there that's like very casual that they like glaze over, and they don't. If they had challenged it on its face, maybe that would have been a more interesting discussion. Like, you know, so they actually like thought up about some of this stuff. But the fact that they don't like engage in like the actual discussion puts it lower for me. I still enjoyed it, but like it was just like there's just some like quality of life stuff that's in there that you're like, I don't, this does not need to be not need to be a thing. Up next is Mashley. And Mashley, if you don't know what that is, that's the one where he's like got no magic powers, but he's at a magic school. It's voiced by Alex Lay, who's the English voice actor for Solo Leveling. It's actually really funny, and it's kind of like it's pretty good. It's very entertaining. I think Alex Lay does, you know, a good job with the character that he's got there. You know, I wouldn't say it's like super stellar, but it is like solid and funny and entertaining. So I would give it like a C tier. 86 Project, or not Project 86, but 86. This was an anime that I think took me a minute to get into, and then the more I got into it, the more I started like even more started getting into it, and I started getting like invested into it and everything. And then by the end, like the end just knocked me out. Like the end is actually really solid. I was actually very surprised by the ending. It actually managed to be like really sweet, and like I don't know, it was worth the length of the journey, is what I will say. So I would actually give this one. I would actually give this one an A. I was actually very pleasantly surprised by it. Up next is Dr. Stone. Dr. Stone has actually been kind of an enjoyable one for me. I actually look pretty forward to this one. You know, I'm a guy who enjoys science, and I also enjoy like, you know, watching people like solve problems and stuff like that. So like Dr. Stone checks a lot of boxes for me. God, my throat is still fucked up. Jesus Christ. Dr. Stone checks a lot of boxes for me. It's like it's entertaining. It's like good entertaining. I think I wouldn't say like it excels a whole lot. I think the latest season was a little bit like not a letdown, but like kind of veered into some like stranger territory, which I guess it was like inevitable, but I don't know. It's still a solid anime, I think. And I give it like a solid B. Should I get some music going? Actually, hang on. Let me pop up some music real quick. Nope, that's not what I want. It's kind of growing on me. Let me lower that a little bit. All right. Now my throat's better. Whew. You play Wii Shop channel? Yeah, let me just go find my Wii. Which one is this? Hold on. Hang on, I gotta look in the folder real quick. I gotta see which one this is. Some of these are a little hard to... Oh. Okay. I know which one this is. Okay, I know which one this is. This is Ari Ferretta. This one actually, I've probably like watched like I think like 10 episodes or something like that. This anime makes no sense. It's an isekai, and it just goes weird places, and like a lot of the writing feels like way rushed. That one's going in the D section. They're like 4 episodes in on something, and like something happens, and like people are like confessing their love for each other already, and you're like, like what? Hold on, slow down. Like what the fuck? But yeah, Ari Ferretta, World's Strongest. It makes no sense. I've tried clinging onto it as much as I can, because one of the voice actors is in Dr. Stone, but I'm gonna need some more time with that one to let it cook. I don't know if it's gonna cook. Actually, now I don't know which this one is. What is this one? Jesus Christ. All right, hold on. Oh, is this Castlevania? Okay, never mind. Sorry, I'm gonna have to keep consulting my. Actually, you know what? Hang on. Let me do something real quick. Let me put this over here. That way I don't have to keep going back and forth. Just in case, because some of these are like these posters are like a little small, so. All right, so we're back. Castlevania, Castlevania, very solid anime. The first 4 seasons, at least. This does not include Nocturne, by the way. I've not seen Nocturne, but Castlevania was actually a really solid series. I think the animation was really well done. I thought it was pretty solid. I enjoyed it a lot, and I love supernatural stuff, so I was a big fan of that. That's a B tier for me. Cowboy Bebop. I don't think anybody needs to even like think about this. S tier. Cowboy Bebop is just that good, and I love Stephen Blum, who's voiced a lot of good stuff. So Cowboy Bebop, automatic S tier. What is this? Gurren Lagann? I enjoy Gurren Lagann. It is very wacky, very silly. Riot if less than S? Yeah, no, I imagine that would have happened. If I had actually let people, like, do the $5 thing where you can, like, adjust what my tiers are, I think somebody might have moved it, maybe, if I put it any lower. But yeah, Gurren Lagann. That one's always been in the back of my mind. Very wacky, very silly, but it also gets very serious, and like might be worth $5 in this cut. True. Pretty solid one. Pretty solid one. I think that would also go B tier. Maybe like even bordering A tier almost. I think, in my opinion. Next up, Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer. The first 2-3 seasons, some of the best anime that's ever existed. The last couple of seasons, kind of mid. It's definitely devolved a little bit, unfortunately, because I think like the timing of the arcs is like kind of like fluctuated, so it doesn't feel as like whole, I guess. I don't know. It's slipped a little bit, in my opinion. It was like I would say it was like almost like an A for a while. B, it might be more B material now, I think. So I'm gonna put Demon Slayer in B. Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man is a wild one. I need to watch that again, but that is some wild shit. It's almost like a between an A and a B tier for me, I think. It's entertaining. I'm not like wholly devoted to it like a lot of other people are. But it is wild as shit to watch. And there's some good stuff in there, but I think I'll put that at A. Dan to Dan. That is also a wild show. Dan to Dan is absolutely just batshit insanity the entire time from, like, you know, start to finish. Dan to Dan has Hot Grandma. That almost puts it at A tier for me. It gets a little weird with some of the other stuff with the aliens. You know, it almost it approaches some weirder territory. I do think the romance though in Dan to Dan is really cute. It's nice to see like a little bit more of a developed romance in some things. And I think I think Dan to Dan, like end of first ep is like what the fuck for sure. Yeah, no, 100%. It approaches it almost like I almost like was like cringing from some of the shit that was happening in Dan to Dan. But I'm enjoying it quite a bit so far. I think it's a solid B, almost A. I'm not quite. It's almost A. Maybe it is A. I don't know. Let's come back to that one. I'm putting it at B for now, but I could be convinced to put it at A. Next up is Kaiju number 8. Kaiju number 8 fucking slaps. I love Kaiju number 8. I love the older man kind of thing where he's like, you know, he wants to be in, but like, you know, be in like the high tier military Kaiju squad, but he can't because he's, you know, he's older. He also has like no affinity for all of that stuff. Yeah, what's up, Mel? How you doing? We're ranking anime. Yeah, we're doing a tier list. Squirrel unlocked a tier list for the Dono-thon. So we're doing an anime one for all the animes that I have seen so far. So Kaiju number 8, I think is a solid A for me. I'm thoroughly entertained by it, and I'm also loving the animation and some of the other stuff. Love the fact that he's going from like, you know, a nobody to, you know, an insane strong dude, but he's fucking up a lot of shit along the way. Okay, here's the one that I could almost be convinced if I had an F tier, I would put it in F tier. It's G Gundam. That one is pretty low. I'm sure this will be a very rational and low emotion discussion. Yeah, right. Should I put it in just chatting for right now? Put it in just chatting for right now. G Gundam. I love me a Gundam series. G Gundam has some cool stuff in it. He tried to drown himself before he even started to get out of it. Listen. I took a drink. The fucking straw collapsed in on itself, and I almost had a stroke on air. It actually fucked up my throat a little bit. Now, yeah, you can go back on the VOD if you want to watch it. It's also why I'm not drinking out of a straw anymore. G Gundam, yeah, G Gundam is it's one of the alternate timelines. It's interesting. I actually really like the idea of a Gundam being controlled by like a bodysuit. That's actually pretty cool because like there's a lot of stuff that happens in Gundam where you're like, how the fuck would someone do that with like controls, like, you know, like fucking plane controls, you know what I mean? Like a joystick of some kind. Like that doesn't make sense. Like, but like a full bodysuit makes sense. Which is super cool. I like that idea. But then there's just so many other things. Also, there's like kind of some weird racism shit that's going on in it. And some of it's just pretty stupid, ridiculous. I think the premise itself is a little stupid. Yeah, I think G Gundam. G Gundam was cool, like when I was young, and I was like, oh, look at that fucking golden or like shining finger. That was now that I'm a rational adult. Not so much. So yeah, I would even put like G Gundam at the lower of what I've seen so far, or I guess higher. I don't know. Next up is Kill La Kill. Whew. Kill La Kill is an interesting one because it is very hard to recommend. I can't recommend this to people. And there's a certain reason. We all know why if you've seen the anime. It's a very strange anime whose whole premise is controversial a little bit. I mean, not a little bit, it is. One of the first animes I finished, yeah. It's a wild one. And it is also one is an anime that requires you to stick through to the final shot of the anime. And I'm not going to say why, but I will tell you the final shot of the anime is what defines the anime. And for me, that's a solid... if you can stick with that journey, it is worth it. But I also love the humor that's in it. It's Gurren Lagann level humor. But it also has a lot of anime bullshit in it that I think Rice accurately described when me and Rice talked about it. It has a lot of anime bullshit. If you can put up with it, solid anime. If you can't, I can't blame anybody for ditching it. It requires you to stay through to the end, which kind of docks a little bit of points for it, but I think the journey is enough that I can be like, it's a solid trip. I think it's between A and B tier for me. I almost want to put it at A tier, but I think a lot of the anime bullshit brings it down just a little bit. I would put it at like the top of like B tier. I think. If not almost A tier. It's a really hard recommend. And I think for that reason it won't get A tier. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I put it at B tier or A tier, but we'll think about it. We don't. This is not final. This is not final until we're done. Gundam. The next one up is Gundam Wing. Gundam Wing, literally the first anime I ever watched. I think, if I'm remembering correctly. Gundam Wing was the first anime that I ever saw when I went to my grandparents' house and they had Cartoon Network, and I watched it on Toonami. And then eventually we got the DVD set and I watched the whole thing through. Many of you know I am a Gundam fanatic. I love me some Gundam. I love me my robots that blow things up. It is my favorite anime of all time. I love the characters, and I don't know, the journey was I'm biased. Clearly biased. Gundam Wing gets the top S tier spot for me. Next up is Gundam Witch from Mercury. By the way, alternate timeline, not the UC timeline, by the way. Also, not UC timeline, Gundam Witch from Mercury. Just an absolutely solid anime from like start to finish. It has one of the most shocking moments in a Gundam anime I think I've ever seen. And but also I love the character dynamics between these two in the anime, and like solid queer themes, like just solid, like so many good stuff. Like the politics is really good, which is obviously a huge staple of Gundam anyway. And yeah, I think it's like a solid A tier. JJK, Jujutsu Kaisen, everybody. Whew, where do we begin? Where do we begin? I mean, Satoru Gojo, one of the more notoriable characters of all time. Just a doozy of an anime. Like, holy shit. It's up there. It's up there. Almost. I don't know if it would be S tier for me though. I think it's as high A tier as you could possibly get. Maybe eventually we could redo another tier list in some time. I think JJK could almost end up S tier. From what I've watched so far, almost S tier. Maybe S tier. Maybe I put it in S tier. I don't know. I'm like, the more I think about it, like, it is really well done. But I think I'm putting it in top of A right now. Nobody's rioted so far. Nobody's rioted so far. Okay, we're good. We're good. Next up is Spy X Family. Really cute, really fun. Anya, you know, take your pick. Anya can be annoying if you don't like that kind of character. I could put up with her. I think she's like a solid, like, not her. I think the anime, I like spy stuff, so like spy stuff is like fun and entertaining to me. I think it's like a solid C. Almost B, but probably put it, well, maybe not, I don't know, maybe not ahead of Mashley. Pluto. Pluto is the Netflix murder noir about the robot investigating robots and humans getting murdered. This is actually really solid. I actually really like Pluto. Pluto is really good. I would actually put Pluto A tier. Oh, this is Neon Genesis Evangelion. I mean, I grew up on Neon Genesis Evangelion. I'm a little biased in that regard. The ending is one of the most insane things of all time that I've ever seen. I guess here's my question, chat. I know we said no movies. Do we include... I think the ranking on this changes depending upon whether or not we allow the end of Evangelion to be a part of this. Because the end of Evangelion changes everything, in my opinion. Now, do we allow that in? Because if I don't, then I switch tiers. The end of Evangelion, and if you don't know, chat, if you've never seen Evangelion, the end of Evangelion is literally a fever dream that can only be described as an acid trip through hell. Is the movie canon? I believe it is, yes. I believe they made it because the ending, like, literally just doesn't make, like, the ending is a literal, like, crazy... Okay, we allow it? Alright, we got 2 allows. Alright, I'm putting it in S tier then. If we didn't allow it, I would have put it in A tier. The end of Evangelion clears up a lot of shit from the series. So, right if less than A on the next one. Yu Yu Hakusho, also one of the first animes that I saw on Toonami. It's like that a director took bath salts while writing the last... Yes! No, it is literally a, like, fever dream while your, like, brain is hemorrhaging. Is the only way that I can, like, surmise that. I literally was like, I was kind of fucking with it, but at the same time, I'm like, I literally have no idea what's happening. It's like, what's that movie, Keanu and Scotty? Where, like, you're just watching images the entire time. And there's kind of a theme, but at the same time, you're just, like, watching stuff. That's the end of Evangelion, not the end of Evangelion, the movie, the TV series. Yu Yu Hakusho, love that show though. Yu Yu Hakusho is also one of the earlier things I saw besides Gundam. I think it's definitely up there. I would put it like right here. Yeah, A tier for sure. That is definitely A tier. Yu Yu Hakusho is the GOAT. It's so good. I've been watching it a little bit here and there on Crunchyroll, from time to time, in between some of the other stuff that I've been watching. Gundam Unicorn, absolutely solid anime. Gundam Unicorn is up there in terms of the UC timeline. Solid as fuck. The whole like new types thing. I would put that up there. I would put solid A. Hunter x Hunter is also great, but it'll never take over Yu Yu Hakusho. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot Hunter x Hunter. I've only watched 75 episodes, but I would put we'll have to discuss where I put it later. You still have the Unicorn model? Nice. Yeah, Unicorn is sick. Unicorn's actually one of the solid ones. Trigun. Boy, did I base some of my personality on Vash the Stampede when I was younger? You might be able to tell just a little bit, maybe. I don't know. For my money's got to get notes for the dub world. IRC kind of set the tone for not butchering up anime and being more true to the original script. Nice. I fuck with it. Trigun. S tier. No 4 kids bullshit. Trigun is S tier for me. I mean, that was very like forming of my, you know, what am I listening to? Hello? No, thanks. I don't know why it suddenly went power ballad for a second. Have you watched the remake? I have not. I do want to though. At some point. But S tier, S tier. This is the original 90s Vash Stampede. For changing the dub game, yeah, for sure. All right, next up, this is also, so remember how we were talking about sad boy stuff? When I was watching back-to-back sad stuff with To Your Eternity. The next one up is the other sad one that I was watching at the same time. I would actually maybe move To Your Eternity up just a little bit. Was that your karaoke power ballad go-to? It's just some like random like guitar synthwave mix. I don't even know what who this is from. It's just a Spotify playlist. Don't go thinking it's a 1-to-1 remake with Pretty Pain. It's definitely a different beast. I would hope they like change a few things here and there, but I do want to watch it at some point. But this is Shin Sakai Yori. This is from the New World. This was devastating. This was a beautiful anime. I was actually very surprised by it. I was surprised about like how well they handled like queer themes and just like the devastation of the world and like psychic powers and like how the world destroyed itself because of people discovering that they had psychic powers. Super fascinating, super good anime. It was just beautiful and bleak, and that one had left a mark on me that for a long while. I don't think I'll ever get that one out of my head. That one's up there. That is S tier for me as well. Yeah, Shin Sakai Yori is that one's good. That one's a good one. Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Cyberpunk Edge Runners. I played Cyberpunk. I've had a very good time with Cyberpunk. I was actually probably one of the more vocal people who enjoyed Cyberpunk. Even with all the bugs and shit in it. When I played, the first time I played, I think they released the first big patch for it, and it like it patched like 75% of the bugs, and I had a good time. But that said, I shouldn't say but. That said, this anime made me feel like I was back in Night City, and it also did a really solid job of doing its own thing, and I had a phenomenal time with Edgerunners. It was just such a solid time. Like, it felt like Cyberpunk. Was Cyberpunk an FPS? Yes. FPS, like RPG. Excuse me. Cyberpunk Switch 2. Yeah, that's gonna be fascinating. That's gonna be fascinating. I hope it finds a new audience with that too. But the Cyberpunk Edgerunner anime, I think, is incredibly solid. I really enjoyed it. That's an A tier. That's an A tier for me. Up next, what is this? This is why am I blanking all of a sudden? The guild receptionist. Why am I blanking on what her name is? The guild receptionist. So you can clock out on time, I think is whatever the title is. It's pretty solid. I like it. It's like more like C tier kind of stuff. It's nothing like super special, but it is pretty entertaining, and I think she's got like a really fun personality. Like C tier stuff. Let me get the full title so I'm not fucking butchering this shit. I may be a guild receptionist, but I'll solo to clock out on time, or solo any boss to clock out on time, is the full title there. So if you don't know what that is, she's like a guild receptionist, but she's also like one of the most powerful people at the Adventurers Guild, but like nobody knows it. And when she gets really annoyed that it's like people aren't taking out a boss on time, she literally just goes to the dungeon and like beats the shit out of the boss. It's actually really entertaining. But it's like C tier stuff. Inuyasha, also pretty formidable. Growing up, I wouldn't say it's like. I think when I was watching it again later on, I think it like dipped a little bit for me. But I think it would still be like, I think I would still consider it like A level. But Inuyasha was like, again, the Toonami era of like solid animes, I think. Yeah, see? Yeah, that early Toonami core. Yeah, the Toonami had that shit on lock, man. All right, next up is Assassination Classroom. That was a really fun one. I liked it. I think the fact that I can't really remember a lot of the characters hurts it. Because I don't really remember a lot of them. I think it's like lower B tier, almost C tier. I like it. It's pretty fascinating. All right, this next one might get me in trouble. And if you can see what it is, then you might understand why. Did you watch the live action version? Wait, there's a live action version of Assassination Classroom? I don't think I knew there was one. Attack on Titan. Some might yell at me when I say I don't think it's the greatest anime ever made. Is it a solid anime? Yes. Is it a good anime? Yes. I think the ending could have written a little bit better. And I think I got in trouble for saying that on Instagram. I don't think the ending is like it's a good ending, I don't think it's a knock it out of the park ending. Oh, Yu Yu Hakusho? I don't think... I think maybe I kind of knew there was a live action one, but I haven't seen it, no. Oh, no, so... Oh, wait. Oh, you're talking about the other one. Never mind. Are you responding to Highland there, Alex? What's the spicy take? We're talking about Attack on Titan, Skim. Also, hello, welcome in. We're talking about my take on Attack on Titan, which may or may not get me in trouble with people. It's a solid anime. It's a really solid anime. The ending loses points for me a little bit. Never seen it. It's a good one. I would recommend watching it at some point. Couldn't get into it. Fair enough. I think it's an A tier anime, but it's like, I think it's like on the lower end. Like, I like it. I think it's solidly made, solidly well done. I don't think anything about it personally reaches to me, in my opinion. I do latch on to like certain things where like I want to love the characters. I want to like, what am I listening to? What the hell? Okay, anyway. Sorry. Fucking, this playlist is taking some interesting turns. Oh, Netflix is, I like it way more than their Cowboy Bebop. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know it was on Netflix. Okay, that's good to know. I'll check that out at some point, actually. But yeah, Attack on Titan, I think solid. I don't think anything personally grips me. It's like Breaking Bad. You know what I mean? Like Breaking Bad, one of like, you know, obviously considered like one of the best shows of all time. Solid show, amazing show. It's the thing where like, I don't personally latch on to anything that's in the show itself that for me makes it like the, you know, GOAT of all time. I know it's the GOAT. I know that show is the GOAT. But for me personally, there's nothing in there that elevates it to me for like the all-timers. You know what I mean? Your internet's actually unusable today? I'm sorry, dude. Hopefully that fixes itself quick. But yeah, I think it's a solid anime. I think it's a good anime. It's just like, I don't know. Nothing personally keeps it from me. Like, I'm not like singing its praises. You know what I mean? So yeah. I think that one might be, like, some people might lose their, some people might be like, are you fucked? I've seen 2.5 seasons, yeah. It's understandable. I think if you've got 2.5 seasons and you can't get into it, then that's, you know, I think you've done some due diligence at the very least. Alright, up next, Gundam 79. This is the Amuro Ray, Gundam series. I'm gonna say something really weird. The movie versions are so much better than the TV show. The TV show, I think personally is not watchable. Amuro Ray, I think, is a huge bitch, and I think he quite possibly is one of the more annoying characters in the Gundam universe, and he's kind of unwatchable. I was getting mad watching the TV series, watching like the Gundam series that he's in, and then I watched the movie, like the Gundam movies, like where it condenses everything into like 3 movies, and the Gundam movies are so much better. That actually makes him tolerable, but he's such a whiny fuck in the series, that it personally like just de-elevates everything about like even however good Gundam is. I don't know, it goes to the bottom for me. Are these all anime you've seen? For the most part, yeah. I haven't like, you know, I haven't 100%ed all of these, but I have seen enough to like have an opinion on some of these. So yeah, Amuro Ray, hugely annoying character. If you want to watch the Gundam series, Gundam 79, I would highly recommend watching the movies and not the actual series. The series is annoying as fuck to watch, in my opinion. So yeah. All right, next up is Bartender Glass of God. This is an anime about bartending in Japan that I thought was super interesting. It's not like a phenomenal anime, I would say, but it is an interesting one. I like a Gundam. Thank you, Savage, for the bits. Bartender Glass of God, super fascinating. I liked it. There's a ton of mixology in this, which I think is really cool. I like that. I like how nerdy it got about drinks and stuff like that, and like bartending. I wouldn't say it's like it's a slice of life anime. And you know, there's not like a crazy like plot or anything by any stretch. It's literally just a guy who's like one of the best bartenders in Japan. I am kind of struggling where to put this. I think it'd be like top C tier. It's not like phenomenal. It's nothing to write home about. But it is like fascinating. It has like it's like an interesting, like if you wanted to take a step back and like watch something else for a second, Glass of God, kind of entertaining. What's up, Will? Just hit silver in Apex. Haven't done that in like 2 years. Hell yeah, let's go. Big dubs. Big dubs. Hope you've have been having fun ranking. All right, next up, not Attack on Titan, Jesus Christ. I saw the Attack on Titan out of the corner of my eye and my brain went, Attack on Titan. Why is the double Mosey so good? It just is. The dual weapons go stupid. My Hero Academia, up next. The first 5 seasons are like a perfect encapsulation of like a hero's journey. It starts to dip afterwards, as they start condensing like the timeline. And it definitely loses some quality for sure. It's a solid like anime, solid A, I think, for me. Like the hero's journey stuff, like the progression of that was like really well done, I think. But it definitely like it has started losing steam significantly. But I enjoyed a lot of the like the superhero stuff in it. But yeah, it has dipped over time. I would say solid A tier. I put it like, I'd probably put it like up here. But yeah, the first 5 seasons, the hero's journey is really good for like a while, and then it definitely like kind of dips down. What the hell is the name of this next one? Fuck, I'm gonna butcher this. Why does it keep going over here? Suppose a kid from the last dungeon. What the fuck is this? Jesus Christ. Suppose a kid from the last dungeon boonies moved to, what the fuck? This is another one of those animes where he's like a super powerful character but doesn't know it. Moved to a starter town. So the actual title is Suppose a kid from the last dungeon boonies moved to a starter town. It's one of those animes. So he's like insanely powerful. He doesn't know it. Like people are like loving him because he's like so powerful. It's definitely one of those like C tier kind of things, I think. Next one, Rurouni Kenshin. This one is very solid. This one is very solid. This is A tier stuff. Rurouni Kenshin is definitely another one of the Toonami level era animes. What the fuck is this? Yep, Toonami block. Yep. Oh, is this Bungo? I think this is Bungo or Bungo, however you pronounce it. Bungo Stray Dogs. Bungo definitely like takes some like trips all over the place, I think. But it has solid characters that I really remember well, and I think that gets it some points for sure. Cowboy Bebop S tier for sure. Oh yeah, it's up there. Oh yeah, so Cowboy Bebop S tier for sure. Good story of that traumatized warrior pursuing the path of peace. Yep. Bungo Stray Dogs, I think, is pretty solid. The characters are pretty memorable. But I think, yeah, some of the storytelling goes all over the place. But I think it's a solid B. I think it's a solid B. Put it like, probably like right here. If Bebop isn't S tier, I will riot. No, it's S tier. It's S tier. It's up there. It's already that was literally, I was like unequivocally like it's just S tier. I see Trigun on there. Trigun is up there. Trigun was one of my. It was we were discussing this. There's like a, I grew up on a lot of the Toonami stuff, a lot of the Toonami era stuff. So yeah. All right, what's up next after that? Oh, that's Shangri-La Frontier. Shangri-La Frontier, I'm having a lot of fun with. It's gamers doing gamer stuff in like a virtual world. I think it's been pretty fucking solid up until like the last like 10 episodes of like the second season. They take like a massive detour for whatever reason. So it's kind of like lost a little bit of its like momentum, I think. But I think it's like a solid B. I think this is like a solid B tier. I've actually threatened him on a couple. Yeah, chat is threatening violence at this point right now. I'm surprised no one sent me like a, death from above on Attack on Titan. But yeah, I think Shangri-La Frontier is pretty fun. I think that one's a really fun one in my opinion. And I like the voice actors in it too. This next one, give it time. What the fuck? This next one is it's a horror anime that probably no one else has seen. I'm probably the only person that has seen this. Maybe wrong. But I was like looking for like horror anime and stuff like that. And this is a horror anime called Another, and it's like an anime that takes place at a school that is very like haunted. It's a haunted school, and they're not threats, they're promises. Summer Attack got stupid big for a second. Oh yeah. Attack on Titan was like the biggest anime for years. What was I saying? Yeah, Another horror anime. Very like 90s 2000s level like horror kills. The students are like being killed one by one while they're trying to figure out like a curse type thing. It's interesting. I don't know that it's good. I think it's like bottom C tier. It was an entertaining watch, but like I don't know that I needed I don't know. I'd like to like delve into more like specialized horror animes and stuff like that. Not like a huge horror person, but I would like to delve into some of that stuff. Steins Gate. Steins Gate was pretty solid. I really liked it. I really like time travel stuff. I think Steins Gate was like a really fun like exercise in like what happens if you like fuck with time and time travel. I think that's a solid like B tier. I think it's like a solid B tier one. This next one is really silly, but it's kind of fun. It's Amiku MD Doctor Detective. It's a really fucking huge mouthful of a name. It's a show about a doctor who's very smart, like house level smart, and she's really young, and also very egotistical, and she basically solves crimes, because she's got like a mind palace kind of a thing. It's very why am I blanking on the detective name all of a sudden? Sherlock. It's very Sherlock. Gotta go eat dinner? Yeah, no worries. We'll probably still be doing this tier list for a minute. But yeah, Amiku MD, Doctor Detective, solid. I laugh every time I say it. It's like a fun show. Like if you want a distraction from like superhero anime or like something else. It's like a fun little like noir. I wouldn't say it's like anything super special. But it's like a, you know, it's a, I like it. And then this one, all right. I'm saying this is the first 2 seasons, the first 3 seasons, you could even say. Digimon, all-timer for me. I mean, that was the childhood one. I'm very biased. That one's getting an S tier. I don't care. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Digimon fucking rules. The rest, everything after that, though, I have like anything past season 3, I have like no actual clue on. I had started watching Digimon Ghost Game, and Digimon Ghost Game like is insane. Digimon was my Pokemon growing up, Highland. Just to put that into perspective. So I'm clear, you know, that's clear bias. I can't even like, you know, I can't even cap on that one. It's just clear bias. But yeah, Digimon S tier for me. I would love to write like a Digimon story at some point. If I ever got the opportunity to. That theme song is torturing your brain, dude. It's so good. It's so good. All right, which one is this? Hang on. Is this Last Crusade? I have to find the folder. Oh wait, no, this is not Last Crusade. What is this? Oh, this is Slime. This is also, yeah, no worries, Bert. You do your thing. We're just taking a break from the Persona to do a tier list. I really like this one. This one's like fun, solid. It's like solid B tier, I think, for me. I think it's like a solid B tier. I don't think it's like phenomenal, but I like, you know, I look forward to watching it. So, what anime are we on? We just did that time I got reincarnated as a slime. We just did. And that one was a B tier. This next one is Jobless Reincarnation. Only 2 seasons out right now, but I think this is an easily A tier, solid show. I really fuck with Jobless Reincarnation. It is an anime that I did not expect to be the horniest anime I've ever seen of all time. That's not why I'm putting it A tier, but you know, it is a solid show. I think it's really well written. I think it's like really well animated. I think the action's really good. It goes places. It's the only reason you're putting. Listen, don't call me out, Savage. Don't call me out. Listen, we're all just, you know, we know what's going on. It's got some interesting, controversial topics in it that you could, you know, I can see putting people off maybe, but I think if you're okay with like going on the ride, that it's like, you know, it's a separate universe, obviously, because technically an isekai. It's a really well done anime, I think, and I was very surprised by it. I think this is like up here. Jobless Reincarnation is a solid time. I just finished it a few days ago, and I needed a drink after I finished it because my god. What is this next one? I think this is Elusive Samurai, if I'm being correct. I don't think, yeah, I think this is the Elusive Samurai. If you don't know what that anime is, it's a, like, little kid who's in Japan, in, like, feudal Japan, who's, like, I think he's, like, set to become, like, an heir to something, but, like, they basically, like, everybody, like, revolts against the government and kills the government off, and then, like, his region, or whatever, like, that he's in, like, the people go to fight back with the government, and, like, they kill those people off, and basically he has to go on the run, and he's not really a fighter, he's, like, kind of like a kid who, like, loves to run around and, like, dodge people and Very like loose on his feet kind of thing. It's a really solid, fun anime. I really liked it. The animation's really good. I wouldn't say I'm like in love with the show, but it is a solid, like, I think, like, solid B tier, like almost A tier, I think. The next one, Hell's Paradise. I love supernatural stuff. I also love Alejandro Saab, who voices Akihiko in Persona 3 Reload, and also The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic. I love like supernatural stuff so hardcore. And like Hell's Paradise, like they travel to like an island as like prisoners and like assassins to like go retrieve, a MacGuffin of sorts. They're basically met with like creatures from hell, to quote unquote say. It's really solid. I really like it. I think I would also put that at like high B tier. Next one up is Re:Zero. I think this is one of the best isekais I've seen in a long time. It's really well done. Like the horror elements, I think, to it are like really solid. I think this anime is at its best when it's tapping into those horror elements. The character can be a little unlikable. He can be very unlikable at times. So that brings it down just a little bit. I think it's a solid show. I think it's definitely one of the better isekais for sure. Subaru is a pretty notable character. I think like the characters are pretty like memorable, I think. And so I think that we give it an A tier for that one. The next one is Tokyo Revengers. And if you don't know what that one is, that is like a kid. I think what does he do? I don't remember if he dies or something. Like he can shift times. There's like a way he shifts timelines because he's like trying to like save somebody from dying. And he can go back like I think it's like 10 years in the past or something like that, or like maybe 5. It's some period of time. But like he's basically like when he goes back, he's like a younger kid in like a fight group, and he's like trying to solve someone's like murder at the same time as like having all this other shit happening where like people are in like fight groups and they're like fighting across Japan. It's like I've only seen the first season, so I will say that much. But I enjoyed the first season and I was like ready to watch the second season. I think it's on Hulu right now or something. But solid show. That one I would probably put above Assassination Classroom. This next one, I don't know if anybody watched this. I doubt this show's ever gonna get a second season because Netflix apparently doesn't want to do a bunch of like sequels for stuff. But Spriggan was pretty solid. I was impressed with this show. I'm surprised that this show did not get more fanfare or like get like more acclaim. This one I think went under the radar for a lot of people, and it's a solid like. It's a show where I don't think I've seen a lot of like. How do I describe this? It's a show where like Japan are like obviously the good guys, and like the United States is like the bad guys in terms of like politic kind of things. And basically, Spriggan is like he's a young kid who works for a Japan agency that goes around like destroying like religious relics that are like clearly like if they fell into the wrong hands would like basically destroy the world. So like he goes around and like helps dispose of those things. It has a lot of super fascinating stuff in it. I really liked Spriggan. I was actually very, very surprised that that did not get a second season. And it came out like before the pandemic, I think. But Spriggan, I think, was an A tier for sure. This next one, oh my god, this one's an interesting one. This one is, so the full title is Our Last Crusade or The Rise of a New World. It has the voice actor from, oh, I forgot to include Noragami. God damn it. Noragami. Let's just say if I were to put Noragami anywhere, I would put Noragami at either high B tier or A tier. Anyway, it's got the voice actor from Noragami. But Noragami is one that, like... How do I explain the premise? So it's like two conflicting nations, where like not the rulers, but like the top tier, like fighters, kind of fall in love. But it's like basically like the world kind of gets threatened by a lot of stuff, and like they're trying to make things work. Like they're circling each other while like a lot of this shit is happening. The first season I thought was not like great, but like solid. It was like a good watch. I was thinking it was mostly watching because of the actor in it. The second season literally just jumps off the rails. The second season goes. I think this is one of those things where like the show clearly was like changed hands creatively in some way. I think like a different production house or like a different writer director took over or something. It's evident and clear that it somebody else took over. And it went really badly. It was so bad that they literally, the second season, they literally was like, hey, we're gonna stop production for a minute and get our footing back. I haven't watched the new episodes yet. I'm a little afraid to, because it went really like off the rail. Like I'm being serious when I say it goes off the rails. It becomes like a weird voyeuristic like fan service like slapstick comedy in the second series. Like the first one is a lot more fighting, a lot more like politic, a lot more like some of that stuff. The second season just goes fucking bananas. In like a not good way. I'm hesitant to put it in like D territory. I think if the second season can pick it back up, this definitely would like change in ranking. But this is like low C tier, in my opinion. It is disappointing how wildly bad it got. But yeah, that's Our Last Crusade. No, you know what? I don't think I could put. Hang on. You know what? I'm gonna change something. Here, let me put Shield Hero up here. This goes down here. That is definitely worse than Shield Hero for sure. There's no way I could like put that below that. All right, next one. This is not Brotherhood, by the way. I have not seen Brotherhood. I have seen the original run of the anime. I have not seen Brotherhood. I want to make that perfectly clear. That said, S tier. I saw whatever run. I don't know. I couldn't tell you what. I saw it like DVD. I think Savage has an issue with this. Maybe, I don't know. I liked it a lot. I mean, it's good stuff. I couldn't tell you. It's not Brotherhood. Brotherhood comes much later, I think, right? Like in terms of like being like created. I saw the original run. I would recommend. Yeah, I will definitely watch it. But I will say I liked what I saw when I watched. I mean, this was years ago. This is what I remember from 20 plus years ago. So keep that in mind. That could easily change. I could go back and watch that and be like, this is shit. But from my memory, S tier. So it could be completely wrong. In terms of a premise though, like you're like, you know, it was in that like not Toonami block, but it was like we watched the DVDs because we lived in the middle of nowhere. So this is what, and they might have been like bootlegged. Maybe. I don't know. It was weird. Is Delicious in Dungeon on here? It is. I believe it is in here. But yeah. S tier though. All right, this next one is a really cool anime. This one is Metallic Rouge. Metallic Rouge is kind of like a Blade Runner-esque, like robots and humans kind of a thing. Metallic Rouge is like, it very much has a Blade Runner feel to it. I every time I was like watching it, I was like, this feels like Blade Runner. And I think it's got a really good soundtrack. The fights are really well done. Like they're all on Mars, so there's a lot of like Mars to Earth politics and stuff like that too. It's really cool. I really liked it. I would put this probably like above Tokyo Revengers in B tier. Okay, here's one where again, I think I could easily put this in the very same slot as Our Last Crusade. This is Tower of God. Tower of God Season 1, interesting. Lots of interesting things happening. Season 2, clearly changed hands. Somehow. The first 15 episodes, I think, are some of the worst anime I've ever seen. And then I think they realized they fucked up and handed it back to somebody else, and it became interesting again. And like actually dealing with like whatever the story is. But it is the season 2 sinks the anime so hard it's actually just like it's actually horrifying. That is easily D tier. Yeah, I can't believe how bad season 2 was. Like that is, I would not give anybody any guff for dropping the anime like 10 episodes into season 2, like even 5 episodes. It's bad. It is literally bad. It just gets cringe level bad. So yeah. This next one is The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic. I really fuck with this one. Also because one of the leaders is a muscle mommy who could break me in half. Him behind the scenes bullshit makes stuff bad, like let things be bad. Yeah, no, exactly. It would be really interesting to see like what would happen if some of these animes stuck with like the original creative teams that like made them not necessarily great, but like interesting. But yeah, how to use The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic, another isekai. I actually really fuck with this one though. It's really solid. I'm looking forward to season 2. I think this is like upper B tier for me. I'm really looking forward to the next season. He travels to another world, and like he's like a healer, but he's like really, like not powerful, but he's like him and like 2 other people I think are transported to that world, and like they all become like their own kind of thing. He becomes a healer, like another person becomes like a fighter, or like the other 2 become fighters, but they're like different elements or something like that. It's a funny, yeah. I don't know. I really fuck with it. Also, Alejandro Saab also does the character voice of Usato. So that's all automatically elevates it. This is all right. This next one is the Asan Newbie Adventurer. It's fun to watch. I don't know that it's like particularly good. There's some fan service for sure in this one. This is like, I think this is like, I don't know if this is better than the Starter Town one or not. It's like that level. It's around there somewhere. Yeah, it's somewhere around there. It's basically like he's a super strong normie who like he like trained with like an adventurers like guild team for like a few years and becomes just stupid powerful and can like beat like anybody in like these tournaments and stuff that they have. I don't know. It's nothing to write home about. It's okay, but it's like it's watchable. This next one, Makine, or Too Many Losing Heroines. Very, I will say, off the rip, it has fan service. However, I will counter that by saying it's a coming-of-age story that is really, like, kind of actually well done and sweet. And I think it's really, I was actually surprised by how well it, like, came through, even with the fan service bullshit. Yeah, where's Dr. Stone? It's high B tier. It's like over here somewhere. I'll actually maybe make it better than Bungo. Actually maybe even move that up a little bit more. But yeah, Makine, agree with that, honestly. Yeah, it's solid. It's solid. Like, I look forward to watching it. It's very well done. Solid stuff, you know. But yeah, Makine, it's another, like, slice of life kind of thing where I'm like, this is, like, the coming of age stuff surprised me in a way I was not prepared for. Because you're like, oh, this is just, like, fan service bullshit. But, like, the coming of age stuff, like, actually elevates it a lot, in my opinion. I would put this... have not seen Blue Box, so I didn't include anything that I haven't seen. But Dan to Dan, where did I put Dan to Dan? I think Dan to Dan was B. I think. Yeah, Dan to Dan's right here. Yeah, it's like solid B territory. I think I'll like fuck with these at some point, but yeah, these are all B tier. But yeah, Makine, I think Makine impressed me enough that it would elevate itself to, like, above a lot of these other ones. So this might surprise people. I don't know. The coming of age stuff really, like, got me. I was surprised by it. You know, like the teen romance stuff was surprising. All right, next one. This is making me want to boot up Crunchyroll. Honestly, do it. Sunday night. Enjoy yourself. All right. Fire Force. Solid action. A lot of good solid stuff. It is insanely fan servicey. Some point to, you know, it might be a little too fan servicey. I like the premise, but it is definitely very fan servicey. I think this is like I think it's like B, but it's like, I don't know, maybe I could even put it like C tier. Actually, you know what? Hang on. Let me put Mashley above that. I think yeah, I think I'm around there. Actually, you know what? Let's substitute there. Guild Receptionist. I might put like a little higher. Put Bartender maybe just a little bit lower. That seems more right. That seems more right. Did I miss your ranking for High School of the Dead? I have not seen High School of the Dead. Isn't that one of those fan servicey ones? If I remember correctly. Also, chat, I'm out of beverage. So let's take a minute here. Let's take a quick break. And like let me refuel on some stuff real quick, and then we'll finish this out real quick. So give me a second here. BRB. It's very fan service. Yeah, I don't know. Would anybody like? I don't know how to put this. Like, if I know it's super fan servicey, I don't know if I would go out of my way to watch it. Maybe I'll watch it, I guess. I don't know. I think it would have to be like one of those things where I'm like so insanely bored. I'm like, what if I actually watch this? I don't know. I don't know that I could ever see myself watching something like that, but maybe. I wouldn't like I said, I wouldn't go out of my way. He's trying to drown his way out of it again? Listen. It was the straw. We're not doing the straw no more. Was it hentai creators first? Oh, that explains a lot. Never mind. Well, seeing if he yelled at you for it? Listen, I gotta learn, it's not just Savage anymore. It's not just Savage anymore. You're all doing it now. It's not just, it's Savage, it's Alex, it's Squirrel. You're all farting when I get up. I gotta be careful who I yell at now. I gotta be careful about that. I don't think he succeeded. For the episode, they check up the house and clean up. Like, you can tell he just wanted to draw boobs. Something can be fan service, but that can't be the... Yes, I think that, Savage, I think you hit the nail on the head there. I think that basically explains, like... That's why Maki-ine works. I mean, Maki-ine is not that level of fan service, obviously, but it has fan service. I don't know, maybe one of these days I'll have to watch them, but I don't know. Again, it will have to be something when I've exhausted myself on everything else. We'll see what happens. This is a sound from the first episode I send to my siblings when they do something dumb. What the hell? Now I gotta know what this is. I'm farting too, but you can't hear it. How do you know that, Melpomania? Wow, I just tried to say your name and I just had a stroke. All right, good night. Full-length NASCAR races will no longer be available to watch on Pornhub. What the hell? Mellow, I don't know what I just said, to be honest. Mel, I am so sorry for butchering your name randomly. I think it's my throat. My fucking water guzzling from earlier has wrecked my brain. All right. What's up next? Oh, I think this is Delicious in Dungeon. I fuck with this anime heavy. I love this anime. This anime's awesome. Like doing the whole premise around like food and stuff, and like the further that, you know, like with all the stuff that they have to do inside a dungeon, and like cutting up like you know, like the creatures that they destroy. Super fascinating. I like it a lot. I think it's just a solid anime. Like just one I look forward to every time, and I think it's just like it's well animated. It's like great action. Like a lot of the stuff is just super cool. I really like the character dynamics. I think it's a absolutely solid watch. I look forward to this one a lot. I think I put that up there. Yeah, my throat is a little torched, if I'm being honest. My throat is definitely a little torched. Freerin. I don't think this is any contest. I don't think this is any contest whatsoever. Esther. I think Freerin is one of my favorite things I've watched in a long while. Freerin is so... Obviously, you can make an argument that like some of the momentum loses steam in the latter half of the season, but I don't care. I think it's one of the best... It's one of the most graceful animes in terms of its storytelling, and I think it is... Like, the action's incredible. I think the characters are incredible. I think the plot is really well done. Like, everything in Freerin I fuck with. Have you been guzzling a bunch of wiener recently? What? Glizzy guzzler? No, we haven't. I haven't had any like hot dogs or like sausages at all recently. I should probably make some like brats or something. Some brats soaked in beer would go hard. I haven't had one of those in a minute. Actually, I haven't had a hot dog in a really long time. I don't think I've had a hot dog since like fucking Costco. Maybe, sooner? Maybe? I don't know. Make yourself a Chicago dog? That actually isn't a terrible idea. Bring Chicago to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean that kind of wiener. What kind of wiener are you talking about? No, I mean, I know what you're talking about. I'm just fucking with you. All right, what is this next one? What is this? Oh, it's Black Clover. Jesus Christ, it literally says it right on there. Black Clover. I think it has some of the coolest fights in a lot of this stuff. It's a lot of episodes. It's not like insanely lengthy. But I think Black Clover is like one of those solid animes. I don't know. I just fuck with it. It's not. I wouldn't say it's like, you know, I'm not like screaming about Black Clover, but like it's a solid watch. I think no matter what. And you know, how do you not just love some of the characters in there? Yeah, I don't know. It's absolutely solid. I think, in my opinion, I would put it. I'd probably put it above the. Probably put it above My Hero. What is the best song in Persona 5? I don't know. I don't know. I like any of the villain, or the villain one. The Willpower, I think, is that one. That one's pretty good. Oop, I did not mean to close that. I accidentally just clicked out of my Spotify. Alright. Next one is Yu-Gi-Oh! It's time to duel. First two seasons really good. Third, fourth, and season are not good. The fifth, I think it's the fifth or the sixth season, gets incredibly like well written for what it is. I haven't really seen past that. So I think I've seen like 5 or 6 seasons or something like that. I forget how it goes. But like the fifth or sixth season is like really well written. But it's like, I mean, it is what it is. You know, it's Yu-Gi-Oh. I have a soft spot for it from childhood, but obviously, you know, I wouldn't say it's like a world-class anime of any kind. I don't know. I'd probably put it above some of these other ones. I'd probably put it like solid C tier. Maybe. I think it's better than some of these other ones, but I don't know that I would be like writing home about it. Is this the Red Ranger one? Okay. Wake Up, Get Out There. That's a solid choice. Can't go wrong with that one. The next anime is the Red Ranger anime. What the fuck is the full title? The Red Ranger becomes an adventurer in another world. Obviously, it's an isekai where a Red Ranger from one world is transported to another world when he dies. But he also gets like all the tech from being a Power Ranger in another world. In this world, which is super, I don't like, that's kind of a cool premise, I think. It is very schlocky. It is very, like, the main character is such a, like, I don't know how to put it. He's, like, such a blockhead for, like, his old, like, you know, his like, ranger mottos and stuff like that. It's very nostalgic, I'll say. It's wholly based on like Rangers nostalgia. If you're like if you were into that when you were younger. So if you can't buy into that, maybe it probably will be too much for people. But as a Power Rangers enthusiast from like, you know, my younger years, it was definitely a good like trip down memory lane. I wouldn't put it above. I'd probably put it like I don't know, like here somewhere. It's like it's C territory. Like it's fun to watch. I wouldn't like. I don't know if I'd be recommending it to people. I like it because I'm Power Rangers nostalgia. So if you like that, then I think you'll like it. If not, I probably wouldn't bother with it. Maybe, I don't know. I like it a lot. All right, next one is Mob Psycho 100. I love Mob Psycho. Mob Psycho's just, it's the shit. I think season 3 kind of took a little bit of a dip, but I think it's just like solid A tier. I think I'd probably put it like a little bit below some of these. Yeah, I think I'd probably put Mob Psycho up there. And wow, that's the first like tier we've expanded that much. But yeah, just solid anime. Solid anime. All right, this next one, I'm gonna get in trouble for having so many of these in S tier. Actually, not many of these, but Iron-Blooded Orphans. Another Gundam series. I think is easily S tier. You could argue that it's possibly better than Gundam Wing. But it is... I think Iron-Blooded Orphans is a... I use the term blood-stained masterpiece. I think Iron-Blooded Orphans is a incredible Gundam series. And I was actually, like, legit surprised by the, like, child soldiers aspect of it all. Like, not even more so than, like, you know, the fucking... You know, obviously a lot of them are based on that, but... Yeah, it takes the child soldier premise literally. And it's a really fascinating anime, especially because, like, they don't use a lot of blasters. It took me so long to understand. I was completely misunderstanding Mob Psycho's title. Oh, really? Thought it was a mafia thing? I could see that. But yeah, Iron-Blooded Orphans is incredible. Like, when I recommend Gundam series, Iron-Blooded Orphans is up there. I think, like, if I were to recommend 3 Gundam series, it would be Gundam Wing, Iron-Blooded Orphans, and Gundam Unicorn. If we're talking about series. So yeah, I think Iron-Blooded Orphans is incredible. It is a really well done wartime series, and it is just, it's bloody, it's violent, it's just like, the devastation is like insanely devastating. Like, people dying has such an effect on things. Like, it is so well done. It is so well done. I cannot speak highly enough about Iron-Blooded Orphans. So yes, I do have 2 Gundam series in S tier. All right, this next one is Psycho Pass. I will preface this with, I've seen the first 2 seasons and not the third. The third is an entirely, like, different lineup of people, I think, if I remember correctly. I've only seen the first 2 seasons, where, like, it's like the same lady character. It's good. I like it. I think it's like solid, like, sci-fi stuff. Where, like, it's like very Minority Report, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. Where, like, the guns can assess, like, your threat level or whatever, like the Psycho-Pass things that, like, they're built into the guns. So it was a solid show. I was pretty disappointed that they didn't carry on the story when they, like, went to the 3rd season. I don't know if that, like, there's no material for that or not, but I was just kind of, like, baffled by that. But it's a good solid show. I wouldn't say, like, I don't know. It's definitely, like, lower B tier, I think. Maybe it probably around, like, the Rouge, Metallic Rouge territory, I think. Probably lower than Metallic Rouge. But it's cool. I like it. Alright, this next one is Shy. This is like the superhero anime where, like, the main character is like a little girl. She's like 14, 15, 16, something like that. But she's a superhero, but she's also insanely shy. Like, literally, her premise is that she's the shyest, like, superhero of all time. And, you know, the whole series is, like, about her trying to outgrow that. It's cute. It's like it's a cute, like, fun little, like, like another coming of age story, I should say. I would say it's like bottom B tier, maybe even like C tier almost. I think like some of the stuff is pretty, like some of the fighting stuff is pretty solid. You might I wouldn't begrudge anybody who has a hard time like accepting like her, like the fact that she's a superhero and she's that shy. I don't know. Like she like literally like will hide from like literally a lot of like, you know, normal everyday things, but you know, when she's a superhero, she's a little bit more like forthcoming and like you know, confrontational, I should say. But I don't know. I could easily see it like tipping people in like a different direction and being like, yeah, I don't know if I want to deal with this. I don't know. I could almost see it. I could almost argue it being like C tier, maybe. Yeah, you know what? Maybe C tier. I think C tier. I think you have to buy it. Like, if you can't buy the series for what it is, then like I think you have a harder time. That might like dock at some points, maybe. I like it though. Samurai Champloo, again, ladies and gentlemen, the Toonami era is here. This is just such a well done series. This is like easily A tier, I think. Maybe almost even S tier. I'd probably definitely put it. I think I would definitely put it like up here near Yu Yu Hakusho. Ending song, yeah, the ending song is just like it is definitely up here for sure. And I think Stephen Bloom is even a. Am I wrong? I think Stephen Bloom was a voice in it too. Wasn't he like the main character? Solo leveling. Toonami. I did not. Okay, I've not seen Afro Samurai. That was one I missed. That was definitely one I missed. I have not seen Afro. I would love to watch Afro Samurai, actually. I don't even know when it's on. Or I don't even know if it's available to watch. Solo leveling, chat. Is this where people riot? Is this where people riot? Solo leveling. Where do I begin? Cool ass show. Obviously, you know, it's cool to watch, and like the progression stuff is really cool. I like the premise that, like, you know, there's like he's a hero who can actually level up, and everybody else is kind of set in their ways. Afro Samurai's on Crunchyroll? No shit. I will definitely add it then. Let me do that right now, actually. Welcome back, Hudsonizer. Yeah, okay. So, Solo Leveling is a good show. It's pretty fun to watch. Like, the action's really well done. I'm a big fan of Alex Lay. Oh, I've watched both the sub and the dub, just to clarify. Because I got tired of waiting for the dub. I think it's a really well done show. I think it's definitely up there in terms of like entertaining shows. I have one problem with the show, and there's not enough conflict. That is my one problem with the show. There's not enough conflict. Shit's a little too easy. I understand that he is Aura. I understand that he is the man, Gino-san. Not enough conflict. There was more conflict in season 1. And obviously he's like the most powerful S-rank hunter ever. There needs to be a little more conflict for the story. Because it takes a little bit out of it, I think, in my opinion. Obviously, I think I would put it A level, but I think I would put it like... I think I'd put it like... Maybe like here. Do we riot, chat? Do we riot? Are people mad that I did not put it S rank? I think if you put more conflict into the show, I think it's a perfect show. I think it rings a little, not hollow, I don't want to say necessarily. I think it rings a little less just because it does not have enough conflict for the main character. And that might get me yelled at. I don't know. I think it's a very solid show, though. I think you're kind of spot on. Okay, thank you. I think, again, very entertaining show. Solid show. Needs more conflict, in my opinion. So yeah. I'm actually surprised I didn't get like any pushback on that. Okay. Next up is Tokyo Ghoul. I think season 1 is phenomenal. I think season 2 is a shit show. The only real danger he has is in episode 1. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I'd like to see a little bit more struggle there, you know what I mean? I'd like to see him, like, lick his wounds again at some point. Obviously, like, you know, there was a lot more struggle in a lot of the later season 2 stuff, but don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it. Anyway, Tokyo Ghoul, season 1, pretty solid, pretty good stuff. I actually really like season 1. Season 1's phenomenal. Season 2 is a shit show, and I think it's even considered not canon, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. Season 2 requires you to buy into something that I think is absolutely ludicrous and stupid. And I think it's bad writing. It requires a leap of faith that is not like... There's nothing built beneath it to give you the prep to be like, okay, I might buy into this for this reason. It literally takes you on a journey, and you're like, I was literally sitting there going, what the fuck is this? Why? What? I'm just supposed to, like, watch this happen and be like, okay? Like, huh? I don't know. Season 2 is bullshit. Season 2 is not good. Season 3, I'm almost finished with. I think I'm like 3 episodes from finishing it, to be honest. It's okay. It has lost the luster from like the previous. Like at least season 2 is bad, but it still has like that luster from like season 1, if you know what I mean. Season 3 feels pretty mid, and unfortunately, those 2 other seasons drag down what I think is like a solid, amazing first season. And yeah, I think Tokyo Ghoul is like, I think it's like down here somewhere. Like the first season, again, like the first season is really cool. Like the concept of like ghouls and stuff, and like, you know, it's basically like a vampire story almost. Season 2 is not canon because it diverges from the manga, but it still need to be watched for season. Yeah, no, 100%, for sure. That's the best way to put it, for sure. Yeah. I don't, like, they tried doing something with that, like, I don't know, it just doesn't work. At all. So, I don't know. I have a hard time, like, being able to enjoy it past season 1. Alright, next up, Apothecary Diaries. I fucking love Apothecary Diaries. I think this is like a noir. It's a very like noir, like medical show almost. Like it's how do I put it? It's like noir mixed with like I don't know. The noir basically the easiest thing for me to sell it on is like the fact that it's like a noir almost. Like she's like solving mysteries almost. but like, what would be like feudal era, like Japan kind of a thing, like noir, which is really fucking cool. I love that, like, entire thing. I think I might put Apothecary Diaries in S tier, in my opinion. Mystery of the Week, thank you. I think that was kind of like what I was looking for. I would put Apothecary Diaries in S tier. I love the fuck out of this show. Mao Mao is incredible. That is high praise. I fucking love the shit out of that. Which from Mercury is A is less phobic? Lesbophobic? It is, listen, it's up there. I don't think it's as good as like, I mean, I might consider swapping it actually with, up here, but like then I'm putting 2 Gundam series up here. But it is solid, like I would put it, yeah, actually, you know what? No, I would put it actually up here. But I also have 2. I'd end up putting so many like series in A. I think it's like the highest A you could possibly get it. All I know about Tokyo Ghoul is that his DBD Mori animation is a hit with tentacle fans. Yeah, that's his like, that's like their like it's like Spider-Man ability thing kind of thing, you know. That's the like what the fuck is the thing called? Tokyo Ghoul tentacle name. Oh, Kinkei. Or Kinkei? Yeah, I think it's a Kinkei. I think that's what it's called. My most common letterbox rating is 4 stars. I mean, if you're enjoying stuff, rate your stuff 4 stars, you know? But yeah, I would put, yeah, Tokyo Ghoul belongs down there. But yeah, Apothecary Diaries, incredible show. I love the fuck out of that show. I'm like screaming and yearning for each episode to come out so I can like, kinky? No, it's a Kinkei is spelled. It's spelled like that. Has Spy X Family been rated? It has. I think I would actually put it above some of these other ones, actually, now that I'm, like, thinking about it. It's C tier, but it's, like, I don't know. It might even be, like, B tier, to be honest. Now that I'm, like, looking at some of these other ones. But Dan to Dan Season 2. Unfollowing now? I understand. Actually, you know what? Hang on. Let me look at this. I'm not moving this because you said so. I'm moving this because I think, like, now that I have, like, a bunch of animes underneath it, I think I would put it, like, you know what? Yeah. No. I have to move it because Tokyo Ghoul's over here. I think I would move it here. It's a much better show than Tokyo Ghoul. Actually, hang on. Let me. I might actually move it down. I might actually move this over here. Yeah, I think I would move it down. I think I move Tokyo Ghoul down for sure. He's anti-child. What the fuck? No, I move it because of Tokyo Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul made me realize I should move some of these things. Mashley, I would actually put above Shy. I would actually put this above those. Yeah, no. Some things are getting moved. Some things are getting moved just because I put things here and then I haven't like rearranged anything else. You know what I mean? Okay, next one up is Tomo-Chan is a girl. I think that's the name. Yeah, Tomo-Chan is a girl. I really like this. It's a coming of age like teen romance where like she's super into a guy, but she's like she beats the shit out of him and like they're best friends and like they don't want to like necessarily like leave that, you know, best friend zone kind of a thing. I really like this one. I think I would put it like Like this is like my teen romance like era over here. Actually, I would put. No, I can't. I can't put Dan down below that. I think I would put it like over here. D for misleading title. What the hell? D is like the F tier basically. Actually, if I would put an F tier, I would put a couple of them down there. I didn't make it, but this is like D is like definitely like the bottom of the barrel kind of a thing. All right, the next one is Witch Watch. I have been singing Witch Watch's praises for the last like 2-3 weeks. I fucking love this show. I think it's a phenomenal like teen romance, but like it's a witch and like her familiar is a like human who's like an ogre. I fucking love this show. It's very cute. It like the action is like, you know, like well animated. I think it's an overall well animated show. This show makes me fucking laugh so hard that I was like not prepared for it. Might be controversial and maybe might be too early for this. I love this show so much. Top tier A. Top tier A. Might be a little early for it. I don't know. Top tier A. I love the shit. I love the fuck out of this show. Witch Watch is fantastic. I cannot recommend that enough. I like every night that every time that I'm watching an episode, I'm laughing like really loudly, and I feel like, and I'm always like watching it when like I'm in bed, and like I'm next to my neighbor's wall, so I'm like laughing, and I'm sure they hear me laughing. So I think it's a solid A for me. I really love the fuck out of it. So, Witch Watch. Highly recommend. Without thinking of the line from the Trump Chosen One song, I don't even know what that is. All right, the last one here is Windbreaker. Windbreaker is that fighting anime where like the kid who's like an outsider joins a school, or you know, the school, like there's like every town has like their own like fighting guild kind of a thing. And he quickly, like this kid quickly becomes like the top tier fighter in that town. And it's like the season 1 fighting choreography is incredible. Like I really fucking love that. It is such a solid like outsider fish out of water kind of a thing where like they're trying to like integrate him into Bofarine. Like it's season 1 is solid. It's incredibly solid. Season 2, like it starts out pretty solid. They're doing a lot of character building stuff right now, which maybe like might bring it down a little bit. But I think this show is like the fight choreography is just incredible. Like the fight scenes are so solid. I would put this. I would put it like. I'd put it like A. I'd put it like low A, high B maybe. I really look forward to Windbreaker. Actually, you know what? Hang on. Let me preface this real quick. I would put it more like maybe like here. I think like yeah, upper B. I think. Maybe yeah. A might have been too high. But it's really good. So yeah, let me take a look at this real quick and let me see if I want to rearrange any of these real quick. All right. I think for the most part this is pretty solid. Given time, I might swap a few of these, but I think this is. I think this is the set list, chat. So, so if we want to go one by one, Gundam Wing, favorite of all time, very biased, obviously, but is my favorite anime of all time. Shinsekai Yori, from the New World is the next one. Cowboy Bebop, Gundam, Iron-Blooded Orphans, Neon Genesis Evangelion, Trigun, Frieren, Apothecary Diaries, Digimon, Full Metal Alchemist, all S tier. A tier is Witch Watch, Gundam, Unicorn, Witch from Mercury, Jujutsu Kaisen, Jobless Reincarnation, Mob Psycho. What the fuck is this? Oh, this is Delicious in Dungeon, Samurai Champloo, Yu Yu Hakusho, Solo Leveling, not Attack on Titan, what the fuck? Black Clover, My Hero Academia, 86, Cyberpunk Edge Runners, Chainsaw Man, Kaiju number 8, Pluto, Inuyasha, Rurouni Kenshin, Attack on Titan, ReZero, Spriggan is A tier. What's your favorite Gundam mobile suit though? Like you mean like the actual like suit itself? Um, God, that's like these are gonna be like really weird ones. Gundam Epion has always been up there for me. Um, the Epion I think has been up there, but I also fucking love Ariel from Witch from Mercury. So, and then also the Tallgeese. Because it's just like the Tallgeese is like such a simple suit, but it's also like the best suit. You know what I mean? So it's hard. It's hard. Like it's not flashy, but it's the best suit. Um. So yeah, I'm also like super partial to Duo Maxwell. His the Gundam Gundam Death Side is like definitely up there. I think a Grim Reaper type like looking Gundam is like scary as fuck. Cause it's like a high performing prototype. Yeah. It like they like dug it up, but it's like so incredible and like so well like. It's just such a solid suit. I think those are up there for sure. B tier chat is The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic, Hell's Paradise, The Elusive Samurai, To Your Eternity, Kill La Kill, Doctor Stone, Reincarnated as a Slime, Windbreaker, Bungo Stray Dogs, I'm having trouble seeing what the fuck this is again. Gurren Lagann. Hang on, let me look at the fucking folder again. What is that middle one? Oh, it's Castlevania. Not Nocturne, just the Castlevania. Just the original 4-season run. D tier watch along when? Oh my god, I would lose my shit. Where are we? Gurren Lagann. I might actually move Gurren Lagann up, actually. I think I would move that one. I think I might like move that up here. It's like this. It's like the humor in like Gurren Lagann matches like Kill La Kill a little bit. I think I'll move that up. Demon Slayer, Dan to Dan, Machine, Too Many Losing Heroines, Tomo-Chan as a Girl, Spy X Family, Metallic Rouge, Psychopaths, Tokyo Revengers, Assassination Classroom. I'll actually move Shangri-La Frontier up. Shangri-La Frontier. And then Steins Gate. I would actually move Steins Gate up. I might actually move. Hang on. Let me put Psychopaths below Steins Gate. And yeah, I think that's better. Steins Gate. And then Tokyo Ghoul, round out B. C tier is. I think I might even move. I think I might move. Honestly, you know what? I think I'm putting Mashley above. Tokyo, the more I keep talking about Tokyo Ghoul, the more like I keep putting it below shit. Tokyo, and this, the cool factor, if it wasn't for the first season, Tokyo Ghoul I think would be down like low C tier, D tier almost. Yeah, Mashley, and then the guild receptionist who clocks out on time, or will solo any boss so she can clock out on time. Shy, Yu-Gi-Oh, Fire Force, Bartender, Bartender Glass of God, Amaku MD, Doctor Detective, Say that again 10 times fast. The Red Ranger becomes an adventurer in another world. Trying to remember these long fucking titles is so exhausting. Suppose a kid moves to a starter town, I think, whatever the fuck that condensed version of that title is. Asan Newbie Adventurer, another, and then Shield Hero, round out C. And then D tier is our Last Crusade, Tower of God. This is like the bottom tier, by the way. Really enjoyed the stream, but I have to get to bed. I hope everyone has a good night. Hey, Squirrel. This tier list was Squirrel's idea, by the way. So again, shout out to Squirrel for getting us the $50 dono so we can do a tier list for the Donathon. Appreciate you, Squirrel. And thanks again for the gifted subs today as well. I really appreciate you. So I appreciate you coming up with the idea for this. So thank you, Squirrel. Appreciate you. Hope you have a good night, and please get some rest for the start of the work week tomorrow. So yeah, so D tier is Our Last Crusade, Tower of God, G Gundam. I can't believe I'm actually rating a Gundam series this low, but G Gundam is pretty bad. And then Ari Ferretta, World's Strongest, and Gundam 79. Round out D tier. So yeah, I think that's the way it goes. So chat, any hot takes? Anything you don't like being super high up? Anything you think deserves to be higher? I'm curious. Do we take issue with any of these? Obviously, again, some of the S tier ones, I think that might be a little controversial, is Digimon being that high. I love Digimon. Hey there, Big Spender. Thanks for the resubscribe.
Where's One Piece stare?
Moogie, thank you for the 2 fucking years, my dude. Thank you for the 2 years. Holy shit. I can't believe you've been subscribed for 24 months. W. Thank you, Moogie. Appreciate you. Where's One Piece? I'll let you know when I watch it. Which from Mercury should be S tier, and SFX Spy X Family should be A. That's fair. That's fair. I could argue Spy X Family being a bit higher than some of these, to be honest. I see it. Time flies. It sure does. It sure does. You don't watch much anime, but I can't give an opinion. Hey, you know what? Just get like a Crunchyroll or even Netflix. I mean, Netflix has anime. You'll be able to like get caught up on a lot of these in no time, or even Amazon. Honestly, you know, I mean, like, this is a hard one because I do really love Witch from Mercury. I don't know that it's like, I think there's like 1 or 2 things that might stop it from being S tier, but it is. I will sing the praises of Witch from Mercury, like undoubtedly. I honestly even could argue that I could switch Witch from Mercury and Unicorn, but Unicorn is just so solid. Like when I say like top tier A, like the first like 3, 4, like top tier A is like almost S tier in my opinion. It's just like not quite that high. Oh, Giro just went offline. I'm sorry, Hudsonizer. I will take. Can I? Yeah, I'll let you give it a new option for sure. Yeah, sorry. I think we've been doing the tier list for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. But yeah, like these top 3 are like almost S tier in my opinion. So keep that in mind. But yeah, like these other ones are just like these are just like the absolute solid all-timers. So I don't think we're gonna fight Shido again. I think we'll save that for Thursday. By the way, chat. Venhalia, you got it. Yeah, I think we are gonna wrap it up here. We've been on for 6.5 hours. I think fighting Shido again is gonna be an exhausting. 2 L's got you. Is there still an underscore? Can I give a tip? If you're talking about for fighting in the game, I'd prefer not. I want to do that myself. Still an underscore? Okay, so let me. Yeah, I'll figure it out. It's all good. We're just not doing the fight again tonight because we've been going for a minute. Yeah, I prefer no backseating, if possible. So, like I had some trouble with the Akumura fight, and but we figured it out eventually. So it's okay. I'm not like super hardcore and like needing to like beat something immediately. So here's a tip, Coleman: be funnier. Actually, true. I need to be queso level funny. I don't know if that'll ever happen though. Joking. I know I'm taking these things literally. Bam. That was the tier list, and I had a good time. So I hope everybody else had a good time with the tier list. Obviously, maybe some people might take some issue with some of these, but hey, can I export this? How do I do this? Can I download this? All right, that's the tier list. I'll put it in the the PC thing, the PC section. Far better streamer than he gives himself credit for? I don't know about that. Maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll be a good streamer. We're working on it. It's a work in progress, you know. I'm trying. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, we'll come back on Thursday. Tuesday, chat, will be the Apex Legends Worst Heroes stream, or Worst Legends, I should say, that Alex helped us get to with their dono. So we will be doing, it'll be like 4 or 5 characters, and then I'll let chat choose who I play first, and like, you know, which character I'll play after. So we'll be doing that stream. Oh shit. Also, hang on. Hold on. Chat, hold on. Before I raid, I gotta double check something, because I need to see if it's here or not. The PC case may or may not be here. Oh, fuck, it is here. Hang on, chat. Hang on. Don't go anywhere. All right. Holy fuck. This thing's actually kind of heavy. All right, I gotta flip the box around because the box is got my address on it. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the case right there for the new PC. It's a little banged up, it looks like, but I think I'll take it out and double check, obviously, but this is the PC case. So it's here. So that was all made possible by you, chat. So thank you again for the donations that you have done so far for the Donathon. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. This thing is heavy. This thing is actually heavy. So this was all made possible by you guys. So I appreciate, again, helping me start getting this thing along the way with the Donathon. You guys are incredible. So you guys have done awesome work this week. So thank you. Let me get this out of the way so I can sit down and we can do the raid. All right. Whew. Sorry, chat. a little out of breath. But yeah, that's the PC case. It is now going to sit in the corner of my room for a while until we start getting the parts necessary to build the PC. But again, none of that is possible without you guys, so thank you all for your donos so far. The next thing I will be buying is the motherboard, probably. Excuse me. So yeah, that's what we got going on. Before we get out of here, though, chat, I'll probably condense the, well, maybe I don't condense the VOD on YouTube, but there's the YouTube channel. If you want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, that's where you can watch all the past VODs for everything.